Greetings and welcome to another episode of The School of Life. Today I'd like to reason about reconciling our differences. Many people have a difference of opinion, and opinions are strong, so it's important to acknowledge that other people are going to have a different opinion than you might have. Many opinions are involved with politics or religion or spirituality or other things, and a person has a right to having their own opinion, and it should be valued, it should be honored, it should be recognized. So with that, I would like to begin by talking about what kinds of opinions that people are dealing with and how they foist their opinions on others instead of acknowledging that we might have a difference of opinion and letting that be what it is. So today, I'd like to begin with talking about politics because we're in the midst of a political embroilment with the upcoming elections and all the debates that are going on regarding and surrounding the upcoming elections. We're looking at a number of candidates who obviously are spouting their opinions about what they might be able to do to make America a better country and how they see the vision for America, and their opinions are supposed to be a reflection of our opinions. We're meant to identify with these opinions that they have and that they're putting forth. And some of us believe so strongly in our opinions, which are supposed to be a reflection of the candidates' opinions, that we end up hating other people who have a difference of opinion. This is also true for religion, too. If you look around the world, you see that one religious group is fighting another religious group. We have ISIS going against the United States of America. We have I saw today Iran was firing off a missile saying something about no more Israel. You know, these kinds of things. People are really fighting actually to the death about their opinions. They believe so strongly in their opinions that they're willing to fight for the death. Now, let me put it this way. Because the world is comprised of people with a variety of opinions, it makes life interesting. If everybody shared the exact same opinion as you, would it really be that interesting? Would there be a conversation to be had? Would there be an opportunity to look at things from a different viewpoint? I beg of you to consider when you're thinking about your opinion and how strong you feel about your opinion, to open your mind to the possibility that somebody else who has a different opinion might have gotten their different opinion from looking at a different perspective. They may have been raised in a way that told them that their opinion was to be this way. Many people are brought up under a certain dogma, a certain religion, or some other kind of tenet, and maybe it has political values along with it, associated with it, and you might find that the political ties and the religious ties or the spiritual ties are very strong together. And this is why people make some of the decisions that they make. They feel strong in the decisions that they've made because their God or their religious leaders or their political leaders have told them that this is the way that it is, as if it's a matter of fact instead of a matter of opinion. Now, everything is a matter of opinion. If you really think about it, unless you can prove it scientifically, it's just an opinion. So how do we reconcile that? How do we reconcile our differences of opinion with somebody who maybe feels very strongly about their religion or about their politics? I say, acknowledge the fact that everybody has a right to their own opinion, to their own ideas, and that they maybe have been guided in a different way than you have been guided to find out what is important and meaningful for them. So what might be important and meaningful for me may have nothing to do with what you find important and meaningful because of your religious upbringing, your political upbringing, or just the way that you have found life to be. I would encourage each person to consider our fellow brothers and sisters' opinions and ideas to be just as valid as our own, and unless they can be scientifically proven otherwise, there's really no saying who's right or who's wrong. It doesn't have to be about right or wrong. It can be about just understanding one another from a different perspective. So today, I really want you to think about, with your brothers and sisters, with your friends and family, is it worth hating each other because you have a different opinion than they have, or they have a stronger opinion than you have, and it maybe is what you would consider to be wrong? It's not wrong, it's just different. Acknowledge that it's different, let that be okay with you, and try and understand where they're coming from. Why do they have such a strong opinion? If their opinion happens to be so strong that they're not willing to budge, why is their opinion so strong? Understand them. Let the dialogue begin. Allow there to be a conversation. if we're ever to get along in this world, we're going to have to come together on some things, and the things that we need to come together on are the things that bring humanity together. We do need food, we do need water, we do need clean air. All of these things are the important things. So regardless of your opinion, those are facts. Let's get together on those kinds of ideas so that we can at least have one area that we can make a bridge to come together. It's very important that we finally eventually come together on something, because all the politics and all the religious dogma and everything else that's going on out there is set to divide us. And we're in a time right now when we really need to start to come together and to unite on a certain concept, which is how can we make the planet a better place for our children and their children. I encourage you to also listen to this little story here, because this is an important part of this. The other night, I got a call on my pager, because I'm a fire captain and EMT. I got a call for a man who had fallen down, and unfortunately, it turned out he had had cardiac arrest. Well, when I showed up on the scene, I didn't care about his politics, I didn't care about his religion or his spiritual practices, I didn't care about his financial bracket, which maybe was higher than my own. It doesn't make a difference to me, because this is a man who was in need of help. None of those things mattered to me whatsoever. And the fact that we had had a conversation the night before where he expressed a difference of opinion from me never entered into it, not for a second. The only thing that mattered to me was, I have a skill that can potentially save this man's life. I would do anything to try and save his life. So I began doing CPR, and for the next 45 minutes, never once, not one time, did his religion, his politics, or his financial well-being enter into the picture. The only thing that mattered was that his wife was in the other room and she was sad for her husband, and we were doing all that we could do to help him. So when it really comes down to it, nuts and bolts, it's really not about those things that separate us, it's about the things that can bring us together. I would encourage you to look at your brothers and sisters with a new view, and hopefully you'll understand that we are all entitled to having our own opinions. We are all very different and unique, and that's a good thing. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click like down below, leave a comment if you feel it, and please feel free to subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos of this nature. Thank you and bless.